The second part of chemical equations. Hope you done the hope you tried that chemical equation which was given, that is combustion of propane. I will explain that. You check that whether what you done is right or wrong. Before going to that, now I want to explain about combustion of propane. I will start today's class with combustion of propane. Propane chemical formula is C3H8. Combustion means reaction with oxygen or burning in presence of oxygen. Same products you will get, that is carbon dioxide and water. So first we will we start balancing with this equation. So first while balancing that equation, I already told you had to write that number of atoms present in that equation in a tabular form. First, you have to check that number of atoms. First atom is carbon, second one is hydrogen, and third one is oxygen. Carbon, hydrogen, and oxygen. In product side also same atoms will be present, that is carbon, oxygen, and hydrogen, but the number will be different. So in the reactant side, that is LH side, number of carbon atoms are 3. In product side, that is RHS side, number of carbon atoms are 1. Coming to the hydrogens, hydrogens are 8 in reactants side, and in product side 2 hydrogens are there. Coming to the oxygens, in reactant side 2 oxygens are there, and in product side 2 oxygens in CO2 and 1 oxygen in H2O. 2 plus 1, 3 oxygens are there. So, by observing this, we can say that the number of atoms in reactant side is not equal to number of atoms in product side. So, you have to balance this equation. While balancing that equation, and I already told you have to start balancing that equation with the atoms containing more number. So, if you observe this, in this hydrogen atoms are more, so you have to start balancing first with hydrogen atoms. So the equation is C3H8 plus O2 gives rise to CO2 plus H2O. This is the equation. Now you have to balance that equation. While balancing that, you have to start balancing with hydrogen atoms. So in the reactant side, we are observing 8 hydrogens. Coming to the product side, you are having only 2 hydrogens. So to balance that, you have to keep the number 4 here. Then hydrogens 8, here 4 2s are 8 hydrogens. Hydrogen atoms are balanced. Remember children, while giving that number, you have to keep that number, or we have to introduce that number only before the chemical formula. So by observing this, after writing this, we observe that hydrogen atoms are balanced. Okay. Next one, carbon atoms and oxygen atoms are left. In that, carbon atoms are more in number than oxygen atoms. So in the second step, you have to balance the carbon atoms. So you have to take this equation, C3H8 plus O2 gives rise to CO2 plus 4 H2O. Now this equation you have to write, and to balance that carbon atoms, here if you observe that 3 carbon atoms are there and here only 1 carbon atom is there. To balance that, you have to write 3 here, that is before the chemical formula CO2. Now carbon atoms are balanced. At last only oxygen atoms are left. You have to balance that oxygen atoms. While balancing that oxygen atom, first you have to check that number. Here if you observe that in products side, 3 2s are 6 oxygens are there. 3 2s are 6 oxygens plus 4 1s are 4 oxygens. Totally 10 oxygen atoms are there in products side. While coming to the reactant side, only 2 oxygen atoms are there. To balance that, you have to introduce 5. C3H8 plus, before this chemical symbol of oxygen, you have to add the number 5. Then oxygen atoms also balanced. 5 2s are 10 oxygen atoms. and here 3 2s are 6 oxygen atoms plus 4 1s are 4 oxygen atoms, 10 oxygen atoms. So now if you observe that all the atoms are balanced. Once again we will check that carbon atoms are 3. In product side also carbon atoms are 3. In reactant side hydrogens are 8. In product side also hydrogen atoms are 8. Here 5 2s are 10 oxygens are there in reactant side. Coming here 3 2s are 6 oxygens and 4 1s are 4. 6 plus 4 10. All the atoms are balanced in this equation. Like this we can balance that propane, combustion of propane by using the trial and error method. Clear, children? Now I want to explain that which we discussed not, which I told you to do that is combustion of butane. Combustion of butane, and I already gave you that chemical equation also. Butane formula is C4H10 plus combustion means reacting in presence of oxygen, and the product formed are CO2 and H2. Now while balancing that, first step is what we have to write the number of atoms of that elements present in that equation. So I am writing that carbon atom, second one is hydrogen atom, and third one is oxygen. And now the number of carbon atoms in LH side and the number of atoms in RH side I am writing them. Carbon atoms in LH side is 4 and carbon atoms in RH side, that is product side, is 1. And the next one, hydrogen atoms. In reactant side 10 hydrogens are there, and in product side 2 hydrogens are there. And the last one is oxygen atoms. In the reactant side 2 oxygen atoms are there. Coming to the product side 2 plus 1, 3 oxygens are there. Clear, children? Now first you have to write the number of atoms of that elements. Carbon atoms are 4 in reactant side and the carbon atoms are 1 in product side. Hydrogen atoms are 10 in reactant side and hydrogen atoms are 2 in product side. And the third one is oxygen atoms are 2 in reactant side and oxygen atoms are 2 plus 1, totally 3 in product side. Now while start balancing that, I already told you, we have to start balancing that chemical equation, that atom which is more in number. If you observe this table, you can observe that hydrogen atoms are more in number. So you have to balance that equation by starting with hydrogen atoms. C4H10 plus O2 gives rise to CO2 plus H2. So we are we are balancing with hydrogen atoms. So here 10 hydrogens are there. In product side only 2 hydrogens are there. To balance that, we have to keep here number 5. Then 5 2s are 10 hydrogens. Now hydrogen atoms are balanced. Now in the remaining 2 atoms, carbon atom are 4 in number and oxygen atoms are 2. Now we have to again balance carbon atoms first. Now take this same equation, C4H10 plus O2 gives rise to CO2 plus 5H2. Here if you observe that carbon atoms are 4, but here only carbon atom is 1. So to balance that, you have to keep here 4. Then 4 1s are 4. Carbon atoms are balanced now. Now you have to balance oxygen atoms. Coming to the oxygen atoms, in the reactants side 2 oxygen atoms are there. Coming to the products side 4 2s are 8 plus 5 1s are 5. Totally 13 oxygen atoms are there. Now you have to balance that oxygen atoms. So how can we balance that? 2 gives rise to 4 CO2 plus 5 H2. In the product side 13 oxygen atoms are there, but in reactant side only 2 oxygens are there. So to balance that, you have to introduce here 13 by 12, that is 6.2, 6.5. 6.5 into 2 means it is equal to 13. Clear children? Here 13 oxygens are there, but in the reactant side only 2 oxygens are there. To balance that, if you keep here 13 by 2 oxygens, 13 by 2 means 6.5. 6.5 into 2 means 13 oxygen atoms you are getting. Now all the atoms are balanced. But if you observe in any chemical equation or any balanced equation, rational number should not be there. So what you have to do means, you have to multiply the total equation with 2. If you multiply the total equation with 2, then you will get 2C4H10 plus 13 by 2 means 6.5. 6.5 into 2 means you will get that 13O2 gives rise to 4CO2 into 2 means 8CO2 plus 5H2O into 2 means 10H2. Now this is the balanced equation. Now we will observe whether that atoms are balanced or not. Here 4 2s are 8 carbon atoms are there, and in product side also 8 carbons are there. Coming to the hydrogens, 10 hydrogens are there. Here in products side also, 10 hydrogens not, 10 hydrogens into 2. Totally 20 hydrogens are there here. Here also 10 into 2, 20 hydrogens are there. Clear children? Here 10 hydrogens are there. 10 into 2 means 20 hydrogens. The number which is there before that chemical formula, that number belongs to both this carbon and hydrogen. Means here the 2 belongs to both carbon and hydrogen. So like that, if you multiply this 10 with 2, totally 20 hydrogens are there. In the product side also 10 into 2, 20 hydrogens are there. Coming to the oxygens, 13 into 2, 13 2s are 26 oxygen atoms are there. Coming to the product side, 8 2s are 16 plus 10 ones are 10. Totally 26 in the reactant side and 26 oxygen atoms are there in product side. Like this, we can balance an unbalanced equation. Clear children? This is the equation, balanced equation for combustion of butane. Balanced equation is what? 2C4H10 plus 13O2 gives rise to 8CO2 plus 10H2. I hope all you done that balanced equation right, I think. Yes? Now I want to go explain about the next topic, that is how can we make that balanced equation more informative. To explain this, I want to take the examples which we already discussed in the first part, that is first example is quicklime is added to water. Second example is sodium sulfate solution is added to barium chloride solution, and third example is hydrogen gas evolved by the reaction of zinc pieces with dilute hydrochloric acid. By taking that examples, I want to explain you how we can make that balanced equation more informative. First equation is quicklime, that is formula is CaO plus H2O gives rise to CaOH twice plus, we already discussed that, heat. This is the equation we discussed in the last class. Yes? If you observe, check whether it is balanced equation or not first. Calcium atoms are 1. Here 1. Oxygen atoms are 2. Here oxygen atoms are 2. And hydrogen atoms are 2. And here also hydrogen atoms are 2. So it is a balanced equation. Now, how can we make that balanced equation more informative? Means by observing that balanced equation, we have to get more information about the equation. First step, how can we make that more informative means, by expressing that physical states of that reactants and products. Clear this one? Once again I am repeating that. By expressing that physical states of reactants and products. Means physical state means whether the reactants and products are in solid state, liquid state or gaseous state, that we have to express. I already told you that we are taking that pinch of calcium oxide and we are adding to the water. Pinch of calcium oxide, that is in solid state. And anyhow you know that water exists in liquid state, so you have to represent that short form of liquid state as L. And calcium hydroxide, when this calcium oxide is added to the water, this calcium oxide dissolves in the water. Yes sir? So we can write that as aqueous. And heat energy liberated is represented with Q. If heat energy is liberated in any reaction, then we have to write that Q in production side. Clear children? If the reactants are liberating any heat energy, then we have to represent that heat energy with the letter Q, and that we have to write in products side. Clear this one? The first step is by expressing that physical states of the reactants and products, we can make that chemical equation, balanced equation, more informative. And the second one is by expressing precipitates formed in any reaction. Means if any precipitates are formed in any reaction, we can represent that precipitation by representing with down arrow. Now I am writing that equation. Sodium sulfate solution is added to barium chloride solution, and the products formed is barium sulfate as white precipitate and sodium chloride is formed. This is second example we discussed. As we know that sodium solution means salt, sodium sulfate salt added to water, means that sodium sulfate completely dissolves in water. So we can write that aqueous. And barium chloride also same. Barium chloride solution means barium chloride salt we have to add to the water. So I am representing that as aqueous here. And barium sulfate is forming as white precipitate. Already we discussed that. And precipitate is nothing but insoluble solid substance in a solution. Precipitate means insoluble solid substance in a solution. So that precipitate we have to represent with down arrow. This is the second step we have to follow to give more information about that balanced equation. First one is by expressing that physical states, whether it is in solid state or liquid state or it is aqueous solution or it is gaseous substance, like that we have to express. And the second one is if any precipitates are formed in any chemical reaction, we have to represent that precipitate by using down arrow. And anyhow NaCl is aqueous solution. Like this, by expressing the physical states of the substance and by expressing the precipitates formed by using the down arrow, we can make that balanced equation more informative. And the third one is we can make that balanced equation more informative by expressing that gases evolved in reaction. So this is third example. Zinc pieces is added to dilute hydrochloric acid and the substance formed is zinc chloride and hydrogen gas. We discussed this in the first part. Here zinc pieces is in solid state and hydrochloric acid is aqueous, and by expressing that physical quantity of zinc chloride, it is also in aqueous state, and hydrogen in gaseous state. This is the third one. If any gaseous substance are involved in any equation, we can represent the gaseous substance by using up arrow. Like this, we can make the balanced equations more informative by expressing either physical states of the reactants and products. Second point is by expressing that precipitates formed in any reaction by down arrow. and by representing that gases evolved in that equation by representing with up arrow, and fourth one, last one, is by expressing that heat evolved in the reaction. Like this we can make that balanced equation more informative. Clear this, children? Till now we discussed about once again we are revising that what we discussed till now. First one is changes, second one is chemical equation, third one is types of chemical equation, and fourth one is trial and error method to balance an unbalanced equation, and then fifth one is what information, how can we make that balanced equation more informative. Hope children you understand. In next class, third part, we will discuss about what you are interpreting from an balanced equation. Interpreting means what information you are getting from that balanced equation. Clear, children? Thank you very much. In next class we will continue the remaining.